Hey guys, welcome back to my Reader's Journal, or welcome if you're brand new. Now, this video is going to be very different because in the past I've just done these like, I'm going to sit here, put my camera over there, and then I'm going to just talk. Right now, it's more handheld and everything. And what's different about this is it's not a book review. This is not me going over like my TBR or my wrap up. What I'm going to be doing is a vlog, like a reading vlog. I wanted to experiment a little bit, see if this is something that I like doing. I plan on vlogging basically this week's reading, and right now it is Saturday. It is April 5th, I think. And then looking at my clock right now, it says 8:12, but I think that's wrong because I'm pretty sure I never fixed my clock, like moving it forward or something. Um, so it should be 9. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 9:17 p.m.
So it's currently 9:17. I am going to give you a rundown of what I've read so far. So I've already started reading Rune and Rising. I'm 100 pages in, and I'm gonna pause right there for right now because I'm reading it with my friend, and I'm gonna wait for her to catch up because last I checked she was at page 60. But I do actually want to go over some of the things that I have sent her that like I really wanted to share because I think this would be a good experience for you guys to see what I think while I'm reading the book. So the first thing that I said was in page 20. It says, Mal glanced at me, then back at the apparat. I save faith for saints, he said evenly, not men who send children to die. And when he said that, I was like, dude, this is the arc. This is Mal's redemption. Because remember, book two, he wasn't the best. But this book, he might redeem himself. The last thing that I signed is that at this point, the Apred has been pretty much defeated in a sense, and he says, if the faithful wish to fight, and then Alina says, you are on your knees, I said. We are not negotiating. Dude, this is why I like her, because at this point, she is very assertive, and she exudes confidence, and I'm like, girl, get that. Clock this MF. Do it. And then now, I'm going to be reading The Fault in Our Stars. Alright, so I am on page 6. I kid you not, page 6. And can someone tell me how Hazel has a whole lot more personality than both Q and Miles from Paper Towns and Looking for Alaska combined? How does this happen? I need you to hear this. Look, let me just say it. He was hot. A non-hot boy stares at you relentlessly, and it is, at best, awkward, and at worst, a form of assault. But a hot boy? Well, like Hazel, calm down. This man is they just met. Not even met, like she literally walked into the room and he's staring at her and she's like, yes. Not Hazel Grace narrating the fact that there's this kid named Michael who's 12 years old and he has leukemia and the kid is saying that he's fine, right? But then Hazel's like, or so he said, he'd taken the elevator, knowing damn well that 2 pages ago she told us that when you take the elevator, you're like on your last days of life. Okay, we're gonna keep going. All right, so it is Augustus's turn to talk in this group. He says something, I don't know what it means, so I'm gonna ask Google. Hey Google, what is osteosarcoma?
According to Wikipedia, an osteosarcoma or osteogenic sarcoma is a cancerous tumor in a bone. Specifically, it is an aggressive malignant neoplasm that arises from primitive transformed cells of mesenchymal origin and that exhibits osteoblastic differentiation and produces malignant osteoid. Osteosarcoma is the most common histological form of primary bone sarcoma.
Okay, Google's done. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but cancer. So we're gonna keep going. You know what thought I just had? In the book, Gus calls Hazel Hazel Grace, and I haven't read the Songbirds of Songbirds. What the fuck? I haven't read the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but if it's anything like the movie, I'm pretty sure in the movie, Snow calls Lucy Gray Lucy Gray. Like he uses that name constantly. instead of just Lucy. Like it's Lucy Gray, and here it's Hazel Grace. And I don't know, it just I like it. All right, so I just finished the first 10% of the book, and I have to say it again. Hazel Grace has a whole lot more personality, more likeness, I want to say, than the two characters from Paper Towns and Looking for Alaska. Like, this book is going to be way superior. And another part of that reason is because Augustus, is also a character who's actually likable. He has a lot of personality that he is like exuding in the book. Whereas in the other two books, the love interests were people who were kind of like given the mysterious character vibe and everything. And that just didn't work for me because I wasn't connecting with those characters. Whereas Gus isn't trying to be mysterious, like he is really just being himself. He's trying to live life. He has good banter and humor. So that I'm liking. So 10% of the way in, it's going good. Alright, so it is time to update you guys. It is Sunday, a little after 3. I did continue reading yesterday, but it got late. I had to update my phone because there was a new like update on it, and then it took forever to update. And then by the time it was finished, like it was around 12, and I didn't feel like recording anymore, especially because family's trying to sleep. But anyways, this is where I got. So I did keep reading The Fault in Our Stars. I got about 44% of the way in, page 139. Hazel and her mom and Gus are about to go to Amsterdam and everything. I do want to read the end of chapter 2 because that, you'll see. It says, and I quote, Hazel Grace, he said, my name new and better in his voice. It has been a real pleasure to make your acquaintance. Ditto, Mr. Waters, I said. I felt shy, looking at him. I could not match the intensity of his water-blue eyes. May I see you again? He asked. There was endearing nervousness in his voice. I smiled. Sure. Tomorrow? He asked. Patience, Grasshopper, I counseled. You don't want to seem overeager. Right. That's why I said tomorrow, he said. I want to see you again tonight, but I'm willing to wait all night and much of tomorrow. I rolled my eyes. I'm serious, he said. You don't even know me, I said. I grabbed the book from the center console. How about I call you when I finish this? But you don't even have my phone number, he said. I strongly suspect you wrote it in the book. He broke out into that goofy smile. And you say we don't know each other. That being the end of chapter 2, and literally their first night knowing each other, the chemistry, good job. But anyways, that is the update. Got to page 139 if I remember correctly. And I don't know if I'm going to keep continuing reading it today specifically, just because I do have to record some book reviews and then also do some laundry, so I have clothes for the week. But if I do have time in the evening, then I'll keep reading. And hopefully, if I do, then I get to at least 60% of the way through. I'm at 44, so I think that should be doable. All right, update time. It is now Thursday. I have been slacking with recording and everything, but it's my first reading blog, so I'm gonna give myself some mercy. Update. Ruin and Rising, haven't read anymore. Still on page 100, which I'm fine with. I'm not really in a rush to finish it this week, so we're doing good there. Now, with The Fault in Our Stars, I'm at page 194, which is a little over 60% of the book, and I have been enjoying the book. I have noticed that it's kind of plateaued in the sense of enjoyment, and it's a good plateau. Like, I'm still enjoying it, but there hasn't been anything as of right now that has really piqued my interest as much as like the very first percentage of the book. But I'm gonna try to finish it today. Like I said, it's Thursday. It is 9 now, so I have a couple hours to read. But yeah, let's get to reading. Guys, I also want to mention that Augustus, my dude Gus, told Hazel that he loved her. And Hazel didn't say it back. Not that she has to. She doesn't have to say it back, right? But he said it. The dude said it. He put the ball in her court. He said it. But anyways, let's keep reading. Alright, y'all, this is my last update for this reading vlog. It is now Saturday. It is 7 or 8 o'clock, and I have finished the book. I finished this book yesterday, Friday, and I'll give my thoughts when I do my review video for it. But what I decided I might do is, instead of doing like the weekly reading vlogs, I might just do reading vlogs for like specific books. What I'm trying to decide right now is what book to start next, because I have the Hunger Games trilogy that I want to read, but then I also have One of Us is Lying, which I also want to read. So those books I have planned for this month anyways, so I just have to figure out which one of those to read. But anyways, if you watched this whole thing, thank you so much. Subscribe to watch more. Leave a like, comment your thoughts on the reading vlog specifically, like if you liked this format or if you want to see the reading vlog for a specific book. But yeah, thank you so much. Have a good day.